So I just finished the GitHub 30-day game jam on itch.io. This was my first ever game jam, and this is how the first week went for me. The first 2 days were mostly just thinking about what type of game I was skilled enough to make and making a few basic assets for that type of game. And to be honest, for only spending 1 day drawing all this stuff, it didn't turn out too bad. And as for the game I was going to make, it was going to be a blend between survivorlike and tower defense. Now it was time to take the assets I had drawn and give them some life. And we were going to start with our lighthouse. We're going to give it some HP, we're going to give it some damage, and we're going to give it a place in the room at which it spawns, as well as some things like active abilities, because those were my stretch goals. I also coded in a little rectangle to attach itself to the tower with 2 layers, one as a fill layer, one as a empty layer, for when we did implement damage into the enemies, we would be able to see it register. Now, I'm not a professional game dev by any means, and I'm definitely not a content creator, so there were many times that I forgot to hit the record button during this process. With that being said, I did forget to record the part where I gave my enemies some variables. I forgot to record the part where I created a light cone and attached it to the tower. But at this point, this was probably day 6 or 7, and I'm working on a spawn controller. I had looked up a few tutorials online and did some document reading, and combined everything together to try and make my own enemy spawner. And as you can see here, on day 7, the last day of the first week, I had a light cone that did damage, I had enemies spawning, and enemies that were taking damage. I had the basics of a game started. You can head over to 8-bit-nick.itch.io right now, try my game out, leave me some feedback in the comments, maybe even post your high score. I'd also like to know some things that you would like to see implemented into the game. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, do all that stuff, and hopefully I'll see you on my next video.